Hi everyone, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Keisha. I would really appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that red subscribe button right below this video, and while you're there, make sure that you're turning on that little bell. That's just gonna make sure that every time I do a video, you're the first to know. Now let's get into the video. So I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera just to save some time, and because I already have two in-depth eyebrow tutorial on my channel, I'll link it below if you guys want to see how I fill in my eyebrows, and go ahead and check the link in the description box. Now to clean up under the eye and also to kind of prime my eyelids, I use two concealers. I use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and this is in Golden 40, and I also use the Kylie Cosmetics Concealer, and this one is in Sassafras, and it just gives me the perfect blend. And then to set the eyelid, I use the Cozy Translucent Powder. This by itself is a little bit too white for my liking, so when I mix it with the Sacha Buttercup, sorry about that. So when I mix it with the Sacha Buttercup, it just gives me again the perfect blend without looking too yellow or too white. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing with this eye. These type of flat applicators, so it's so much easier than the brush. Then I just drag it down. You guys can see how easy that was. So now that we cleaned that up, I'm just going to blend it out with my sponge. If I can find my sponge. Just dip this sponge in the powder, try to get out the excess, and just go over the eyelid and set it. So I'm going back to my Morphe palette. This is the 305M palette. I'm pretty sure everybody has this palette, or the original or the new version one, which pretty much is kind of the same type of look. I thought for the summer this would be a pretty good palette. I'm gonna stay to the warmer tones here and see what I can come up with, and I will be using the Sigma E40 brush for my transition shade. I think I like this brush with the transition shade better, so I'm changing from the E40 to the Morphe E23 brush. Gives it a nicer, softer blend for the first shade. I'm starting off right into the crease, and I'm using the Sigma E40 brush. Really tapping off the excess. I think I get way more pigmentation if I don't dust it off, so that's the reason I don't do my base first. I know some people do that. I don't know how they do it, but if I could without messing up, I probably would, but nah, I'm not gonna chance it unless I'm doing a really simple eye look that doesn't really require me to do too much blending. Holding the brush really low on the tip, and that's just gonna help so that I get a softer blend. So to make the eye look a little bit deeper, I'm going to use this color right here. I don't want the shade to blend out so much. That's why I'm holding the brush a little bit higher and going right under that lid and slightly above. Take my MAC Mix Medium, and that's just gonna help the shimmer that I'm putting on to be a little bit more pigmented, and go into the Morphe 305S palette. Just going back in with that red shade and overlapping a little bit onto that shimmer. Use the Sigma E45 brush for that. Now to make it even more darker, I'm going to be using this really dark shade right here. I'm using the NYX liquid liner. For my lashes, I'm going to use these lashes that I purchased from AliExpress, and I'm going to double them. I'm going to go ahead and finish this eye off camera, and I'll be right back. So now that I've blended out the foundation, I'm going to go ahead and contour. And for my contour, I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics concealer, and this one is in Toffee. I'm also going to be using the LA Girl concealer, and this is in Mocha. It's really going to slim down the jawline. And to contour, I'm using this small tapered brush from e.l.f. Brush just really blends out the edges really nicely. Using another e.l.f. brush. I don't really use it for blending eyeshadows because it's more like a flat brush. So I like to use it to blend out my nose contour, and I like to drag it into my eyebrows so you don't really see where it starts and where it stops. It just looks a little bit more natural. For my highlight, I'm going to use Kylie Cosmetics again, and this is Chai. Really love her concealers. I just wish the colors were a little bit more, you know, yellow tone. So that's everywhere that I want to highlight and bring forward. I want my under eye to be a little bit more yellow. Use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and this is in Golden 40. And I'm using the Morphe E27 brush to blend this out. I like to use the brush first. And now I go in with my sponge. So everything is nice and blended right now. I'm gonna use my Cozy Translucent powder to set. First powder, I'm not gonna bake. I'm gonna press it in to the skin, and then I'll go over it and just bake. Now I'm taking Ebony from CoverGirl. I'm using the same e.l.f. brush, the tapered blending brush. You can see this gives me a really nice bronze look. Really nice bronzy color. finished look, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoy it and that it was easy for you to follow along. If you're gonna recreate it, I would love to know. Go ahead and tag me on my Instagram. I'll leave it in the description box. And also, guys, if you're not subscribed, please don't only watch, but I would love it if you guys subscribe. And while you're there, make sure that you're hitting that bell and turn on the notification. That's just gonna make sure that every time I do a video, you're the first to know.